Good morning, YouTube. So this is March. This time coming at you from Germany. Haven't made a video in a while, so I figured, why the fuck wait to get dressed and showered? Just do it right out of bed. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. The topic I've picked, because I love scaring myself early in the morning hours. Gets my blood pumping, wakes me up. Because of that, I decided to make a small video just about those killer clown sightings and all the theories I've heard about it, and why I think some of these are complete and utter bullshit, and why I think some of these might actually have some legitimacy to them. So, in essence, what are killer clown sightings? Some of you may ask that have been, not using the internet at all recently. Holy shit, this light is way too fucking bright. So in essence, those killer clown sightings. Fucking hell, I should have woken up before I did this video. But no matter, now it's too late. Those killer clown sightings are still people, well, as you can guess, dressing up as fucking clowns, usually with weapons, scaring the bejesus out of people, and generally causing mayhem. Now, people have started banding together as kind of vigilante watch groups, and are starting to beat and kill those dressed as clowns and going around scaring people. Which is fucked up in its own might, but that's a whole other story that I might get into later during this video. So, those killer clowns, I have heard so many fucking theories about this. Well, the first one would be it's kind of a secret society, kind of conspiracy thingy, Illuminati and whatnot. And that on Halloween night, these, clown people, whatever, are gonna band together and start somewhat of a purge from what's been heard. And there's also been a lot of Facebook clown accounts that have told people that through posts and private messages. So that's kind of scary. Even if we take the whole conspiracy idea out of this concept, it's still scary as fuck to think that people might be banding together on Halloween night to just go around and randomly start killing people. Because, most of these clowns were armed with more or less lethal weapons. And if these people actually start banding together and kill people on Halloween night, even if they're stopped at some point, that could still make for one hell of a bloodbath, and nobody wants to see that. Plus, it would put people out of business who actually just, make earn their living by being clowns for children's birthday parties and whatnot. They've already been essentially put out of business by that. Would you hire a clown at this point in time to play at your kid's fucking birthday? I don't think so. Another theory about this clown thing is that they're essentially a group of pedophiles. I've heard that because they've been trying to lure children into the woods with promises of candy, etc., like the really, really cliche stranger danger, so to say, like literally asking kids, here, I'll give you candy, I'll give you money if you come into the woods with me, which luckily in 2016 kids are smart enough not to do, but it's still fucking creepy. There's always one person who will do it, fuck, if I were a small fucking child and somebody offered me money and candy, I'd probably follow them into the woods. Plus, unlike most people on the internet, I have never had that inherent fear of clowns. Like, as a kid, I used to love clowns. I used to love going to the circus and watching clowns perform. So if a clown came up to me and offered me candy as a little kid, yeah, I probably would have followed him. And that's what scares me, because I'm sure I'm not alone with this. And God only knows what the fuck these clowns would do to these kids if they actually follow them. I don't even want to think about that, to be honest. Um, a last theory that's very conspiracy-y is that these clowns are actually a supernatural sign of something ominous happening, namely the reincarnation of demon giants from the past, which were called Nephilim and were described to be very clown-like in nature. From their appearance, the red hair, the pale skin, the long feet, the big white fucking grin. Um, and while I do admit that those biblical descriptions of these giants fit perfectly with clown culture, like literally, it's the way these clowns look is very much reminiscent of the biblical descriptions of these giant demon thingies. I'll also say that, nah, I mean, I'm not a very superstitious person, I'm not a religious person whatsoever, so to me that just screams bullshit on so many levels. But I have to admit that I love listening to these conspiracy theories, and I love spooky stories. So to me that was very interesting to hear and read. There's one YouTuber who's called Understanding Conspiracies, I think, who made a very cool video about that. I mean, for me, he gets a bit Christy and preachy at one point, but if you're like me and you like listening to that stuff and consider it as one would consider a supernatural novel or a TV show, that's the way I go about these things. So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check that out. But yeah, those are pretty much the main theories I've heard regarding these killer clowns. And I mean, personally, I don't fucking know. It could just be random assholes. I mean, we've seen it before. Internet trends get out of hand. People take it too far, take it into real life. And then, because us humans are idiotic in nature, shit just hits the fan and escalates. But then again, it could, of course, be something much more ominous. It could be a group of pedophiliac predators grouping together as clowns, trying to get to children, or it could actually be a bunch of psychos who are thinking we're gonna do our own purge, we're gonna start fucking killing people on Halloween night. So I definitely see the need for a close eye to be kept on these happenings. I see the need for law enforcement taking this shit seriously. I don't necessarily see the need, and I don't think it's right that people band together and start fucking killing clowns, like literally going around and killing people. In any case, that's not something you should be doing, for obvious reasons. I mean, I understand it. I get where these people are coming from. And honestly, if a fucking clown like walked into my room right now, I would grab my screwdriver and start stabbing the shit out of it. But I would not gather my friends and run around town to try and find clowns to kill them. Yeah. I think that's all there is to it. I mean, if it's just stupid pranksters, then yeah, it wouldn't be the first time YouTube pranks got really fucking out of hand, and this would then be one of those times again. But if there's actually something more ominous, some meaning behind that, something that's gonna happen because of that, or some people are planning something using these clown disguises, I think we should just all be on our toes. We should all be watchful, especially on Halloween night. I would suggest not to dress up as a clown. Because I'm assuming that these vigilante watchdog groups will be very active during the coming months and leading up to Halloween, and on Halloween night in itself, of course. So, yeah, be fucking careful not to get shot by some ratneck who's out to hunt clowns. But yeah, And if it's actually just Pranksters with the clown thing, just on a personal note, fucking stop it, people. You're scaring people, you're making people feel uncomfortable, and you're starting to get people seriously hurt and killed. So, don't do that. And if it's our satanic overlord, Nephilim, demon giants that are sending us a message, leave us the fuck alone, guys. You were here in biblical times, you've had your shot, we fucked you. Don't come back. Peace.